Well, guys, the weather's crap. It's been raining off and on all day. It's cold and chilly. I was going to try and go get some riding footage, but I don't think that's going to happen today. So instead, we're going to work on the exhaust for our 2004 CR250 build. We're going to try and get the rusty Pro Circuit pipe all polished up. We'll repack the silencer, and we'll show you guys how far we get. So our pipe is horribly rusty. It came off of the bike. There's a lot of rust. I'll show you here. We've got like a massive buildup here, but it's not bad. There's no holes. So what I like to do is soak these babies down with WD-40, surprisingly enough. Soak it all down, soak all the rust down. Let it sit for a bit. Let that WD-40 set in. And then we're gonna take the Scotch-Brite pad and go over it. And just keep pushing and polishing until all that rust is gone. Well, we may have to take a wire brush and get up in here and break some of the bigger stuff off. But, while I do this, what I like to do is I'll set something on. I have a TV in the garage, so I'll either put YouTube on and watch old races or something like that. So the Scotch-Brite pad is working pretty good, but we grabbed the grinder to try and get up into here a little better. I can't get the full stroke with the Scotch-Brite pad. Now, I don't like using the grinder in the garage. It makes a mess, but it's a rainy day and I don't want to go out. So now that we've got most of the major rust, we've still got a bunch more to get. But we're going to try and finish off the underside here. It looks pretty good, but I got some 220 sandpaper, so something a little more aggressive to try and get into these deeper areas. And just try and pull some of the big rust chunks out even further. So I think by now, a lot of guys have seen this system where it clamps on. They'll tell you your pressure. Right now, we've put about 35 PSI. We went to 40, but obviously it's leaking out a little bit, probably around the seals. On one side, there's a nipple, so you put your air to it, just like you would a tire. Watch your pressure gauge. I go to 40, and then start heating the dents, and then those dents will work themselves out. This kit's a pretty good kit. Now, it's not cheap, but you can save a pipe, I guess. But by the time you buy the kit, or you take your pipe to get sandblasted, and then all of a sudden there's a crack and it needs welding, and you had to pay somebody to do that, all of a sudden you're cheaper just to buy another brand new pipe. So really consider that, guys, if you're gonna think you're gonna do a whole bunch of pipes. Because if a pipe's 300 bucks, who's gonna pay you 100 to fix it? I don't know. This pipe really has 3 decent dents in it. One here, obviously this one here, and then there's one on the other side over here. I just wanted to give a little safety tip. I'm not real big on safety until it's really important. So I've got safety glasses on this thing because when you start heating this up, the weld seams might have a hairline crack, and the residue that's left in your 2-stroke pipe, that oil fuel mixture that gets in the pipe, when you start heating it up, that stuff is going to turn into like a nuclear hot tar. And you're heating away and all of a sudden it splits and starts spraying nuclear tar at your face. You're going to wish you had something. You don't want to get that in your eye. Last thing you want to do is lose your sight. The next thing, the big thing to be cautious with this is I wear gloves when I do this. I don't usually wear gloves. You guys will see it in my video. But there's certain times I wear gloves. It's really greasy, so I don't have to sit there and try and scrub my hands for hours. And with this, it's gonna get hot. We're gonna heat this with a torch. So just something to be aware of, guys. One big thing you wanna keep an eye on while you're heating it is this pressure gauge. We do not wanna go above 70. That's what the little booklet that came with this thing said. And well, I'm going to listen to it. we're going to deal with ripping this silencer apart. We'll drill out the rivets, pull the back end off, take it all apart. I'm sure if there is any packing in it, it's probably horrible. It's a little loose, so we'll tighten it all up when we put it back together, but it needs a good cleaning to get it up to our specs. Just work our way out. Ooh. Now we're gonna have to take the front off as well. And drive the rest of the rivet back into the thing, into the shell. Perfect. We've just got a bar inside because these are usually siliconed. We're just trying to catch the outside edge a little bit. We're trying not to bend it, obviously. I don't know if this one had silicone or not. It's just really tight. There we go. Yeah, she's just, this poor silencer needed to be repacked 10 years ago, probably. That's just a matter of trying to get the old packing out. It's all like stuck in there. But man, this packing, I don't know if somebody's ever redone it. I don't know. But she definitely needs to be. Look at this. And she's all shredded up and just garbage. What, they wrapped it in a screen door? I'm not really sure what the hell is going on here. Hardcore. Maybe that's how Pro Circuit does it, but I doubt it. It's just a matter of cleaning up all the parts now, getting rid of all the old material that's stuck in the bottoms. Yeah, it's never been redone. This is probably new from Pro Circuit the way it comes. This pipe is supposed to be tacked on. We've got her all cleaned up. We're about ready to assemble, and then we'll do a final clean. I just buy these FMF two-stroke packing kits. It gains up to 2 horsepower when properly installed. I don't believe that, but maybe. So basically what we have to do is wrap this around nice and tight. It's definitely long because they don't know how, if it's for a 500, if it's for a 125, they don't know. So you just wrap it up really tight, keeping it tight on your pipe. And then we're going to use some painter's tape, or we'll see what we have. The tape isn't there. It's not the important part, is the tape. The important part is getting this wrapped on there. You know, and these ones, there's more expensive ones you can buy. Whether they work better or not, I don't know. The important thing is I like to buy the cheap ones so that I can do it more often. You guys can see it's not hard to do. Like, we're almost done. If you can do it without using tape, go right ahead. I can't, so I use the painter's tape. We're not trying to stick it to the fiberglass. We're just trying to stick it to itself. And I put like 3 pieces on. This painter tape probably burns off the first ride. It's not crucial, like I said. And then just trying to keep it as tight as we can. Perfect. Just a matter of trimming our end. Now, end of our pipe is right there. So we'll go ahead and take a Sharpie. I like to leave a little extra so that I can shove it back into the fit up. And then we'll cut it off. I'm gonna try scissors. I don't know if I use scissors on this one or not. Yeah, it works. There. Our pipe is just buried there. You can see that. The rest of this will get shoved up in the end cap when it comes on. So we've got our silencer body. The key is make sure you put it in the right way. Just note how it came off, because in case it doesn't have the sticker, but note the hangers. And then these holes will pretty much help you guide it. So we just got some of this right stuff, 1 minute, super fast gasket, black high heat stuff. We're gonna put a little bit on the very inside edge because it's gonna get everywhere. Now, my nozzle was broke, so we're just gonna smear some on. Like, we got way too much here. We'll clean it up after, but there. You want the bag. No matter of getting this back on. Right like that. All right, so we got our rivet gun. You get the rivet lined up here, hopefully. So we figure out where the hole is. Right there. And we're going to rivet this closed.
Sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you. It's stupid. When I'm alone with you,
so our pipe's sort of centered, and what we want to do is slide the end cap over the center pipe. Then we want to apply a little bit of silicone like we just did, the high temp gasket sealant. Use our setup here. It's going to make a mess. We know that. We're using aluminum rivets so that they don't rust. We're just going to make this really shiny. So we're using some steel wool, some ultra fine steel wool, and the good old Autosol again. Trying to finish off the last of this too, but I think she's done. Well, the pipe definitely is a huge improvement on where it was. This thing was coated in rust. You can see we've got most of the rust off. We put a little slight polish by hand on it using our favorite Autosol. Obviously, we didn't get all the dent out. You can see we probably got about half of it out. I'm trying to show you guys. So I don't know if it's the seam that runs through here, or if I just can't get it hot enough with MAP gas. But all in all, the pipe looks a million times better than what it did. The silencer too. The silencer was an easy one. It was basically a repacking cleanup. So there's pretty much a brand new silencer ready to go back on this bike. Well, we've obviously made a night and day improvement on the pipe. This whole edge and side was rusty, and you can see that's all gone. The silencer is pretty self-explanatory, a simple repack. But it's good for you guys to know how to do it or to see how I do it. Also, one thing I learned about trying to do this at home rather than using an oxygen acetylene torch is that MAP gas and propane really don't seem to get the pipe hot enough to achieve that pressure pop. Now, I don't know if it's just because these are really close to the seam and maybe the dent is in there harder, or if it's just or if it was the gas that couldn't do it. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and leave me a comment down below, especially if you guys have used those pressure systems before or have a different system for pulling out dents, because I'd really like to know your guys' thoughts and see what you guys think or how you do it. Anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next one.